where are we in 2019? Where are we going? A lot of the discussions the past few days in MAPIC was where we are, and I felt like, well, where is it going? Because wherever we're seeing is already old. So, just curious, Joanna, perhaps you can talk about that, why you said that.
I knew I'm going to get the first question. But it's okay. Well, I can speak about our business. In sensory marketing, I think the future lies in sensory surprises. So right now, okay, we all know that we need to use music, we need to use scent, fragrances, we need to use digital signage. That's obvious. But the game in the future will be about using it in a completely crazy way. Let's imagine that you have a store and you want to surprise the customers by through sensory stimuli. And you have a display that looks like metal, but in fact it's wooden. That's what I'm talking about, like yes. Activating people's sensory assumptions and surprising them to the deepest. I think this will be one of the trends. Second trend is crossover of senses and of sensory stimuli. And it already happens. It means that when I'm touching the phone, I get a sound. So I double the senses and the experiences that I have. And the last and the very important trend will be the amplification of all senses in one point of sale. So we will try to go beyond 5 senses and find more senses in human beings, and believe me, there are some. And hopefully, what I hope for is that it will be all integrated also in the design and in the interior of the shops. Because right now, I still see not too much correspondence between the design and the sensory approach and sensory background of human beings. It's changing, but it still needs more time.
So even if you are, if we are dedicated to digital, it's impossible to build some kind of consistency without getting the whole thing, putting together the design, the technology, and at the end put everything serving the customer inside the store to create the experience that they want and the retailers wants to deliver. So I think this is the first thing. The second, probably, it's for sure customization. It's, we know everything, almost everything on our customers when they are buying online, but we know little when they come to the store. So all the technologies are enabling a lot of stuff in order to instantly recognize our customers when they come to the store and starting personalizing the experience from the sales assistant perspective, but also in the digital signage side, even the music, so and even in the offers that we are delivering through the screens. So we're starting doing something like that, and I think that and it's giving some nice profit from the retail's perspective. So I think that it's going to be one of the trends that we will see.
From my point of view, technology does 2 things. It either needs to solve a problem for either the retailer or the customer, or it needs to entertain. And if it doesn't do one of those 2 things, then it's probably not going to happen. So in terms of solving problems in retail, I think we'll continue to see the friction in shopping disappearing. So although everybody knows that it makes much more sense to have an omni-channel approach, for a retailer to have a cloud-based system so that they're literally got a single customer view. The actual rollout and implementation of these things takes a little bit of time. So by 3 years, we should see all retailers with cloud-based systems where they can have a single customer view, where they have one view of their stock systems, where you can walk into a store, you can order online, offline. All of that should be completely seamless. And I think there's kind of 2 categories in product purchase. There's the kind of convenient product acquisition, and then there's the more romancing with the product. And I think we'll see with the acquisition side much more along the lines of a bit like the Amazon Dash buttons, where I can just order milk on Amazon Prime next to my fridge because I've run out, and it'll be delivered the same day, or my washing powder by my washing machine. So I think those things will happen online really quickly, and they'll be part of the Internet of Things. When it comes to what I call the kind of more romancing of product, physical is absolutely critical. In that scenario, as well as digital. So, stores are becoming media, and media is becoming retail. So all of this is just blending in together.
Notably, all the evolution on data and on our capability to collect data, analyze it, and being smart on it will be something that will make retail a seamless experience, and we fill the gap between digital and physical retail. Also in the back office part, and not only for the consumer, but also for the retailers themselves, on the way they do their reassort, on the way they deal with their stock, and to create more fluidity on that. But maybe in two other things that we see in our places becoming more and more in the following years. They will remain and get more and more social places, as it's the way physical people interact together, and so physical space will have to play this role of creating social experiences between people, and people will look for that. And so, to take an example, one of the startups we collaborate with in the first season of our acceleration program is Dress in the City. And Dress in the City, it's a second-hand fashion brand that allow people to come and in their place and sell their jacket in a second. It's based on an anti-theft techno that is linked with RFID. Beacon in the anti-theft itself, and so instantly you can sell your jacket, put it on the sale in the space. It's also in the website and on the mobile app of the brand. And some other customer can come, have all the info about your jacket, discuss it with you, and buy it instantly. You don't have any friction. It's C2C business, creating in physical space, and so you create an interaction, and you create then a transformation into a sale that you capture in this space.
I think, from my point of view, more and more customers are looking into authentic products, brands, and we're going to see lots of developments from lots of development projects everywhere, but then the customers don't want to see the same brands everywhere like they have now in the center of the cities. So we're going to see lots of new brands coming out, lots of new projects, and that's where it's important for the leasers to find these projects and to implement them in the right way. And the second point, I think it was not discussed for me, there's going to be a revolution on payments. Because everything we're doing online on the payment is something that is not done in retail, which means that why are you going crazy buying on Amazon is because you don't have to pay, because your card is registered, so it feels really painless. And when I sell online a 500 euro coat, it's really it's less painful than when you go in the store and you have to put your credit card and say, wow, I'm paying 500 euro, and that's why my average basket in the store is lower than online. So what we're working on, and it's not going to be in the next 3 years, but much earlier than that, is to have everything, the facilities of online payment in retail, which means you don't have to take out your credit card anymore. You just register it already, and you just go there and you just put a password, and that's it. And already the sales assistant knows who you are, what you like, what kind of brands you like, what kind of products you like, what is your size, and you don't even have to pay anymore. And so there's less. It's going to increase the average basket, increase the customers coming back in the store and having a better experience.